Welcome everybody to TPI class. Unfortunately, we can't do this live, but we've started out with some great momentum and I don't want to lose that momentum, so I'm going to continue to help you remotely. So first of all, every TPI class, we always start out with a success story, and our success story today is coming from Patrick.
So I do have a great success story. Obviously, I'm in here helping you all out, get you on the golf course, but I did use it. If any of y'all been to the grocery stores, it's a little hectic over there right now. So I was doing some shopping and I was trying to get some canned fruit. And I looked down, there wasn't anything there, but because of my new TPI, my hips could get low, and I got that back can right there. Without his TPI training, I could have never have done that.
So what we're going to talk about today, and you have to back up, is the difference between a slide and a sway. A lot of times these terms are used interchangeably, but for our purposes, we want to be very specific, because if Patrick's helping you and he passes you over to Greg for some help, we want to make sure we're talking about the same thing. So the difference between the two, a sway is the backswing. So I'm a right-handed golfer. As I go back, if my right hip sways instead of turns, that means my weight gets to the outside of my right foot. That is a sway. A slide is the follow-through, where my weight would get outside my left foot. The only difference really between these two is which way we're talking. We're talking backswing or we're talking the follow-through. But it's important for us to be speaking the same language when we're trying to help you out. So what we're going to do, we've talked about this a lot in our classes, is we're going to measure hip rotation. If your hips aren't working properly, this can cause you to slide or sway. So the best way to test this, we got Greg up against the wall, feet about a foot apart, heels against the wall, butt against the wall. We're going to ask him to go ahead and raise the toes on his right foot, and he's going to go out as far as he can with keeping this hip on the wall. If he has a good range of motion, that right foot should go out about 45 degrees, and he has more than enough range of motion in that right hip. Then we're going to put those toes back up, and we're going to bring him in, keeping his left hip on the wall. Go in as far as you can with that right foot. And that should be about 40 degrees. So Greg's right hip is very healthy and it has the right amount of rotation. We're going to check his left hip real quick too, and we're going to go out, keeping the right hip against, which again, he has plenty of rotation. And then we're going to go left toes up and then go in as far as you can. And his hip stayed on the wall. So Greg has nice, healthy hips, which is really important so you won't slide or sway. Healthy hips, healthy golf swing, all right? The other thing we're gonna do, we're gonna work about a couple exercises for you to help you with your hips. So we have Patrick over here, and what he's gonna do is gonna move that band down just a little bit lower around his ankles. And we're gonna do two exercises for you to help you with this. So what he's gonna do is gonna get in golf posture. He's gonna bring his feet close together to start with, and then he's gonna step out, and then he's gonna bring that other foot in without dragging it, but all the way to your right foot. Let that right foot go all the way to the left foot, and then go, and then go, and then come back the other way. And he's doing great with this because the foot's not sliding. A lot of people slide that foot, don't let that foot slide. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to walk nice and wide and controlled with that. Okay?
Burning.
The other one is going to bring his feet together, and he's going to do what we call the star. So he's going to reach out and tap and back, doing this very controlled. Then out, and then to the side, and then out and back, and then straight back. And then we're going to go the other foot. So he's going to work a star pattern around, and this will help work his hips and get him some better mobility. All you need to do is go down to Academy and buy a band, or don't go to Academy and get a bunch of rubber bands. But these are two great exercises. We got Greg ready for the last set of exercises for you. These are called clams. His butt up is against the wall. We're going to make sure it stays there. He's going to keep his ankles together, and he's going to raise his knees apart and then come back down. You're going to do about 10 to 12 of these 3 sets. But he's doing great because he's not rolling his hips. That's why he's up against the wall, to keep him from rolling his hips. This is helping the external rotation in his hips. And you'll do this both sides. Then what we're going to do, we're going to do reverse clamshells. We'll put the band around his ankles. He's going to keep his knees together, hips against the wall. Without rolling his hips, he's just going to lift this bottom leg. There you go. Without rolling the hips. So make sure your hips stay on the wall. One of the common errors in this drill is rolling this hip forward. Keep that against the wall and just raise that leg. There you go. All right. We'll be doing a lot more TPI classes online. Hopefully soon we'll be back in the clubhouse and be able to do those with you in person. So stay healthy and come out and play a lot of golf.
Have a good day.